Hello everyone. Today's teaching is about life after death. Why am I teaching this? It's because a lot of you guys lack knowledge. You lack knowledge about how life is when someone dies. Because they teach you in your religion that when someone dies, they die and they are gone and they're forgotten, but it's not how it is in the spiritual realm. When someone dies, you continue to live in the afterlife. For example, let me just start. If someone dies now, whether it's in their destiny to die at that time or not, because sometimes someone can die even if it's not in their destiny to die at that certain time. But those people who dies, or who are experiencing near death experience, and they pass to the afterlife, and it's not their time yet, their spirit guide that are with them all the time is going to escort them to the afterlife if it's their time and they continue to live over there. But if it's not your time yet, you can experience near death experience, whereby as soon as you go over to the afterlife, your spirit guide, there is angels that comes to collect people when people pass on to the afterlife. And then the angel is going to reunite you to your family in the afterlife. And sometimes when you have a good relationship with your family that have passed, that you remember, okay, they will send those of your family that you have good relationship with you to meet you in the pathway. Is in the pathway you have not gone to that dimension fully. So they will meet you and they will tell you if it's not your time that you should go back. They might tell you to go back to earth, because one is not in your destiny to die at that time. Because if it's your destiny to die at that time, they will welcome you. They will rejoice. They will be happy. Yes. When someone dies and you go back to the afterlife where you reincarnated from, your family over there, they're going to be very happy that you're back. Because earth is the most difficult dimension that anyone could ever reincarnate to. And when you come here, you're coming to fulfill a role, a task. Once you fulfill your role and you go back, a mission has been completed. People will be happy. They will rejoice. They will welcome you. When someone dies, it's just as if you're traveling to a different country, a different city, and you continue to live in that side. Yes, there is still life in the afterlife. People are still living. Your family member, your parents, your grandparents that have died, they are still living in that dimension. And they are frequenting our dimension. Very frequenting, but because people lack knowledge, they don't connect with them. And sometimes when they come to you, trying to connect with you, you think it's a bad omen. You bind and cast for those people that are Christian. That is not how it works. When someone have a good relationship with you when you are living on earth, and they pass on, they still want to maintain the relationship. Because when you die, you resurrect. The resurrection that they talk about in your Bible is actually resurrection of death. That is why you have the cross. That is the meaning of the cross. Life after death is the meaning of the cross. So you resurrect, you leave your physical body, and your spirit, your soul goes to the afterlife. An angel takes you, escorts you to your dimension. Your personal spirit guide are with you as well, because they are with you from the day you are born, and they will be with you until you die. So your personal spirit guides and the angels that welcomes people to the afterlife is going to welcome you and then transfer you to your dimension, to your family, where everybody will be very happy. And you'll be happier even there than the physical world. Because over there is more happiness. Depending on how you have lived your life. And some people will think that when you die, and then there will be judgment. There is judgment on this earth already, and it's also judgment in the afterlife. There is no God that is coming from heaven and coming to judge you, because God is the universe. God is the universe, and God is with you daily, and you people are not realizing that God is with you. They are telling you there is one special person that is going to come one day, or that Jesus Christ is going to come one day, when Jesus Christ is a human being like you and I. God is the universe. Your good deeds and your bad deeds are what is used to judge every individual on earth. And we all have spiritual bank where we store our good deeds and our bad deeds. Spiritual bank for the good deeds, spiritual bank for the bad deeds. And our destiny contracts, our blessings that is attached to our destiny contract are also stored in our spiritual bank. So when I said that when you're trying to pray to your ancestor, to connect to your ancestor, you should always call upon the one who has lived good on earth before they passed to the afterlife. Because not all your ancestors are good people. So you want to connect to the good ones. So when you're making your prayer, you have to put it there that you call upon your good and great ancestor. And if you check in all my events that I make on Facebook, and I encourage you people to feed your ancestor, I always write connect or feed your good and great ancestor. It's because I want you to connect to the good ones. Because from my experience, when my spirit guides were showing me, how the afterlife works, and also my experience for the afterlife. When I went to give my first, red kola nut, like when I give to my ancestors and feed my ancestors with food, cooked food, I can see that hundreds of thousands of my ancestors came. Because in your ancestors, when we call ancestors, there are different categories of the young ones, the women, the one that died prematurely, the one that lived long, the elders they have, in the afterlife. So all of them, they all came to eat my food. The food was just little plates, but the thousands of people that came to eat that you will not believe, and they shared it amongst each other. And they have different settings. The elders that were dressing in African costume, they stayed in one side. The women are the one that was having the food, to everyone. And the young people were, it's beautiful how they live in the afterlife, actually. And before those people came to take my offering, to take what I was going to give to them, there was an angel that was separating, the good people and the bad people. So the angels told them, he was in the gate, and he was telling them, it's only people that have lived good on earth, before they pass to the afterlife, is allowed to come here to participate in this offering that I'm giving to them. And I see how a lot of them were saying, I lived good when I was on earth, I have never committed any sin. And those ones, they were saying that was the one that we are letting in. So it's your intention when you're praying that determines the kind of spirit that is going to come, to take your offering. And when you pray to your ancestors, they intercede for you, they help you, because they are still living in that life, that side. The only thing they don't have is physical body, but they still have life. They still hear us when we are suffering, when we cry, when we call upon them, they still hear. It's just that some of them, they don't have the energy to come to the physical earth, that much. Some people that have lived some people are powerful, even if they are not spiritualists, they are powerful, so they are able to come to the physical earth as often as possible. Why some of them, they are not that spiritually powerful, so they require to be energized through appeasement, for them to come. Even the one that have the strength to come, it's important to give them appeasement. So anyway, your ancestors are living. Your good deeds depend on how they are going to judge you. Some people, when you live very bad on this earth, when you reincarnate, you might reincarnate as a vulnerable animal. Yeah, because all these plants and trees and everything on earth, they also reincarnate. And some of them used to be a human being before they reincarnated to those other living things. So your ancestors, they are not dead. I don't know how to tell you. I'm going to make a part 2 of this video. Your ancestors, they are spiritually living in the afterlife. They are not completely dead. It's only their body that is dead. When you connect to them, they bless you. They pray for you, they intercede for you, they make sure that you succeed on earth. They will teach you things. We are supposed to be living in harmony. The living and the dead are supposed to live in good harmony. But it's a religion that tells you that the dead and the living have nothing in common. But that is not true. Because if that was true, I would have been dead and gone long time again. Like they said, that if you're connecting to dead people, that you not live long. But that is not true. So wait for part 2 for me to go more deeper about this. Okay?